Hello. So, it's been about a week since I did my last video. I was just starting the Buhner Protocol then. And it hasn't been good, man. I didn't expect it to be easy. I didn't expect me to feel better or whatever. That would have been foolish. But I'm definitely worse this week than I was last week anyway. My crashes have been, pretty much constant. I constantly fill out a bit of my brain, it's just gone. So again, please bear with me on this video. I'm having trouble pretty much seeing what's in front of me at the moment, or at least registering it. Just feel like I'm in a dream. So there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Firstly, I think it's going to be day 7 of the Buhner tomorrow. It's going to be a while before I get any benefit from it, but I'm going to storm on with it, keep going. I've got to keep trying, and just see what happens really, track my progress, and see how I progress. So, the second thing I want to talk about is I've had a couple tests come back, and the first one was it was by Genova Diagnostics, and it was basically to check like all my amino acids, all my really essential vitamins and things like that. It was really comprehensive, man. It was really good, but it came back with some really interesting things, and it wasn't good news, but at the same time it kind of is, because it lets me know what damage is going on in my body and what I need to address, what I can fix, or at least help my body fix. So firstly, with that, it looks like my body has just stopped processing a lot of things. I'm really deficient in a lot. Even though I'm eating a really good diet and I'm getting plenty of things that should be showing up, they're just not. My body's like forgotten how to process it. It's just not doing it. It's just not working properly. So like with my mitochondria, which is your like real cellular energy, nothing's going in. Like it's just not working. All the food that I'm eating just isn't working, and it does correlate to Lyme disease. But it also correlates to another test that I've had done, and that is a hair mineral analysis. And I had this done because there's a protocol of chelation called the Andy Cutler Protocol, and it's for Mercury Toxicity. And this is one of the first things that I suspected at the beginning of my journey, because I have amalgam fillings. I have 2 left, but I think I had my first ones when I was like 12 or 13. My mother and father both have them, so do my grandparents. So I mean, over the years I've basically accumulated this mercury from them, and then myself having the fillings. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. They're pretty much banned now in most places, at least in a lot of countries. I know the EU are trying to do, that Jean guy, he's trying to do a proper like ban across Europe, because they're just so toxic for people. They're not good whatsoever. And yeah, more and more studies are showing how bad mercury is for us. And one of the things that creates this deficiency in all these minerals, which my hair test showed that I am deficient in everything for. Literally, there is not one thing that is on the normal range. Everything's at the real severe low end. One of the things that can cause that is mercury. So as well as Lyme, it looks like I have mercury toxicity, which I also need to address. So the first step for that is to have my amalgams removed. And you might think that's easy, you just go to the dentist and have them done. But it's not. You have to be very careful. If you're already toxic, and you just go to a normal dentist, all he's going to do is just fast drill them out, create loads of dust, loads of vapour, and you're just going to swallow it and just get a massive dose of mercury basically. And some people actually get sick for the first time when they have their amalgams removed. and they don't think about it till later, and then it turns out that the reason that they got sick was because of the massive dose of mercury, basically. And what mercury does is it stops your body being able to process your minerals, and it seems that not everyone's like this, but a percentage of the population has trouble detoxing it, and I obviously do, because one, there's no mercury showing up in my hair. So first of all, that's a key thing, because I have proof that I have mercury, and that also means that because it's not showing up in my hair, it's staying in my body, it's staying in my brain, and mercury basically deposits itself into fat, and your brain is, well, a lot of it is fat, it's made up of fat. So yeah, that's going to be a big thing for me. So I'm having my teeth looked at by a proper dentist. There's only one who does it safely, and they have to use like a rubber dam in your mouth, like real serious, like a vacuum and a filter and stuff. It's all a bit intense, but I've found one, and the only one within 100 miles in Norwich. So yeah, that's really lucky. And unfortunately, I can't see them till March the 21st. So it may be that I even have to change that. It depends how quick I can go do the ozone therapy. I should be getting some help with that soon, so that's going to be really good if I can get that done. The sooner the better, that I can start at least having a bit of a life. Yeah, sorry, my brain's not really working. So I'll have the mercury removed either before or after the ozone, and once I've had it removed, then I can begin chelation. And chelation will consist of me taking doses of ALA and DMPS and DMBA, I believe. Pardon me, I'm really gassy. I think it's like every 3 to 4 hours, and that includes overnight. You do it for like several days and stop. And yeah, that will begin to get the mercury out of my body, and hopefully sort out my digestion, help my body absorb a lot of the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that it's missing out on, even though I'm eating them in massive amounts. And yeah, another thing I'm going to be doing from this week is a parasite cleanse. So again, this is something else. If you're deficient in all these things, in good gut flora, like my guts have been bad, so bad. Like I've got, at the moment, my stomach is just like proper out, and it just hurts. It's been hurting for days. Oh, if I press it, it really hurts. And it doesn't matter what I eat, it just hurts, man. And ever since the start, I've had, really bad bowels. And that was like one of the first things I noticed. I was having these symptoms, but also had like really bad guts, and yeah, everything's connected. And the more I found out is that basically like 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So if you're ill, the first thing you should look at is your gut, because that's where your immune system is. That's where all the good stuff is kept. And that's another reason why I don't want to take antibiotics, because the state I'm in at the moment, if I take them, it's just going to mess me up so much more. Like, yeah, I just know it. So yeah, I'm going to start a parasite cleanse this week anyway, because of all the deficiencies and stuff. I've given the ability for these parasites to grow, and I'll be taking black walnut hull, wormwood and common cloves, as well as a couple things for all the ammonia that the die-off will release into my body and my brain. And that's the Holder Clark Parasite Cleanse, so I'll give that a go. I think it lasts for like 11 days, and I'll see what happens. If I don't get anything on the first one, I'll just do it again, and I'll just keep doing it. I'll do it for like 3 or 4 months, I guess, to see if I have any progress, or if I pass anything, which isn't going to be fun, but it's something I've got to do. So yeah, just a quick update really, just to let people know where I'm at. I tried to make a video earlier in the week, but I felt so out of it, and I pretty much collapsed halfway through the video. I was like making it, I got to about 10 minutes, and my eyes closed, and I pretty much just fell back on my bed. It stayed there for like half an hour. So yeah, I could quickly go into all my supplements and things that I'm taking at the moment as well, because I'm taking absolutely loads. So let's have a look here. I know, it's ridiculous. So look at that. It is just mental. I'll just let you get a proper good shot of that, because that is what I'm dealing with at the moment. All these tablets, all these herbs and things. But that's what I've got to do for now. So I'll go through these quickly. I've got a probiotic, which is just 10 billion units. I've got some digestive enzymes, which I've only been on for a few days. That's to help my body digest the food and absorb it properly, something I'm not. Vitamin C, I take quite a lot of this. It's a really good antioxidant, and I probably take 2,000 milligrams a day, 2 Gs. Selenium, another really good antioxidant, especially if I'm going to be doing the Parasite cleanse. But this is actually recommended through the herbs I'm doing, just to help me detox all the crap out from the die-off. Pinella, this is a herbal tincture, and it's basically known as a brain nerve cleanser. So yeah, I'm taking that. This is part 1 of the herbal protocol, the Buhner Protocol that I'm on. This is part 2. This is an adrenal tonic, while this combats the actual bacteria itself. Vitamin B12. I don't know if this helps me or not, but I take it anyway because my body's just deficient in pretty much everything. I have heard injections are much better, but I don't feel comfortable injecting myself yet. And because I'm not, I mean, I've got, I think my marker's at like 300 or something on the NHS, and they only see you're deficient if it's like 200. And I'm just done with the doctors, man. Like, they haven't helped me yet. So maybe I'll inject myself with B12. I'll see, because I've gone so pretty much vegan. I do need to get my B12 from somewhere, but for now I'm taking one of these in the morning and one at night. And I've gone vegan basically because I just get such bad stomachache when I eat meat now. So I'm eating like beans and things like that instead. Anyway, this one I stopped taking because it's got a lot of herbs in it, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't sort of contradict some of my other things that I was taking. So I may try this again in the future, and it's meant to help your liver. Basically, it's got things like turmeric and it's actually got some vitamin D3 in it, which is good. Do need some of that, but it's got other things in it as well that I need to be careful of. So yeah, pardon me, got a lot of acid. Medicinal charcoal. Yeah, I need to take that right now actually. I'll take that after the video. It's activated charcoal, so it just helps again draw toxins into the charcoal and, you know, get out of them. Be careful with them, because if you take too many you can get a bit of constipation, but I already have that, so I drink lots of water to sort of counter that. I probably drink 2 to 3 litres a day. Mega Mag Calmies. Now this is really good, one because it's got glutamine in it, and that's going to help heal leaky gut. So yeah, it's got a lot of magnesium in it as well, vitamin C, and also vitamin B1, B2, B5 and B6, and taurine as well. So yeah, again, that's really good. Manganese, and yeah, I'm deficient in this, so I take a drop of this a day. It's just a really essential mineral. A multivitamin as well. Collagen tablets. Okay, so you need to make sure that your collagen's not getting more damaged by the Lyme disease, and for a lot of people it is, and that's why they get a lot of pain, sort of arthritic pain, like in their joints and their muscles. one thing I've had for about 2-3 years, like I don't know when I was actually infected, is really bad back pain. So I'm taking these anyway just to protect my collagen, make sure it doesn't get damaged anymore, and that's with my Herbal Protocol. Another digestive enzyme. Now this one is good, serrapeptase, because it actually it damages biofilms. It basically works their walls down, and I need that to happen so my herbs can get into the biofilm and kill the bugs. So taking that. Allicin Max. One of these tablets is equivalent to 40 cloves. That's right, 40 cloves of garlic. So allicin is the ingredient in garlic that is the really good, like, anti-parasitic, sort of biotic sort of thing. So I take 2 to 4 of these a day. They don't taste nice, but when you're this sick, you don't care. Yep, fish oil. So it's got lots of omega-3 and antioxidants. Apple cider vinegar. This is to help the pH of my body, also to help my digestion. I take a cap of this before a meal every day. I don't do it too much, although I could do a lot more, so I probably will actually, a little reminder to myself. L-ornithine. So this helps your body secrete ammonia. I've bought this in preparation for my Parasite cleanse, as well as the selenium. So that's going to help as well. So yeah, both those together are going to help me a lot, and I'll see how I get on when I take this. Haven't taken any yet because I'm waiting for my Parasite herbs to turn up. And then the last one is propolis tincture, and this is made from beehives basically. And I tell you what, I've had a really weird, like, fungal thing on my skin, and yeah, it's gone. Like, I started putting it on as a tincture. You're meant to drink it, which I do. I put 5 drops in a glass of water and down it. Tastes alright. But then I read on the bottle that it can be applied topically. And I've had this thing that the doctors gave me cream for, and it didn't work, so I put it on there, and yeah, it just disappeared basically. And it's been really good. So that's the final thing I'm taking. And yeah, nothing else. So that's where I'm at today. It looks like a little bit of that has just leaked on my bed, but there we go. That's where I'm at today. So I'll update you again in a few days if I can, see what else I find out, how I'm doing, etc. Anything else that I've learned. But that's what I'm going through today. And just keep going. If you're sick, keep searching for answers. I hope I've given you some answers, or at least some leads to look into for yourself if you're going through the same thing as me. Research Andy Cutler, research parasites, Hulda Clark. A lot of people have cleaned a lot of parasites out of them. It may be worth doing, to see if you're deficient in a lot of things properly. So yeah, go from there. That's some advice that I'll give you. But again, as always, have a really good diet. Make sure you're getting to bed early. I have terrible insomnia, but it's important for me to just at least get relaxed. The more I focus on screens and things like that, it's not good for me, so I've got to limit it. I've got my laptop open at the minute because I was just doing a bit more research, but I do have to limit it because you're constantly switched on. You need to let your mind have a break, and all your energy needs to go into healing. So yeah, I'm going to take my activated charcoal now. If you're interested in following my journey, then subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll see you next time, and happy healing.